present the item.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I hereby wish to present the report of the Finance Committee, of the Executive Committee from their meeting and make a special reference to item 8 on page 40. Item 8 is the EThekwini Municipality's budget for the medium-term revenue expenditure framework of the period 25-26, 27-28, and related plans and policies. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much, City Manager. As I've already alluded in my announcement, I will now invite His Worship the Mayor, Councillor Cyril Kaba, to take the podium to table the budget.
Sorry, Somlom.
Councillor Kwala, your hand is up.
Ngiyaxolisa Somlom, ngathi emva kwesikhathi eside besingabonani. Ngiyacabanga ukuthi khona uzakwethu osijoyinile la bengifisa umethule. Kungabi ngathi siyabandlulula.
We'll deal with those items in the ordinary council meeting. We're going to acknowledge and introduce council members who have joined us in an ordinary council meeting. Councillor Mngwango.
Thank you, Speaker. In terms of the procedure, I need clarity here. We have an item on the agenda. Now, you are saying this item must become the standing agenda item on its own. Isn't it proper then that this item should have been removed?
Honor for me to present the 2025-2026 budget for consideration and approval, a budget crafted amid real constraints but driven by bold ambitions, honest reflection, and a commitment to inclusive growth and service delivery. I present this budget in a context of rising public expectations, economic recovery after years of fiscal strain, multiple natural disasters, and the urgent need to restore public trust through promoting transparent governance, ensuring responsive service, and improving accountability. This is not just a promise, but a commitment that has come to define the posture of the leadership and indeed the entire management of the city. Today marks the culmination of a thorough consultative process which gave our residents and key stakeholders an opportunity to make their voices heard. To kickstart the process, we conducted a two-day meeting with heads of units, unpacking their proposed budget allocations and plans for the ensuing financial year, and thereafter conducted several budget shows. As we crisscross all the regions of the municipality, residents made valuable input, and when we drafted this final budget, we ensured that their views were considered. The budget was presented at 17 budget hearings across the city and to all stakeholders, including business, the disability sector, and traditional leaders from the 22nd of April to the 17th of May. These hearings were publicized on the radio stations, print media, social media, and through adverts calling for comments on the draft budget. Therefore, today we can confidently say that we are tabling the budget that has been consulted on extensively, which will focus on accelerating service delivery, improving resilient infrastructure, and ensuring an economic growth that leaves no one behind. The primary focus of our growth strategy is job creation. Last year, when I assumed office, we indicated that our priorities will include, amongst others, provision of uninterrupted water supply, improving customer care, and building an economically sustainable city. We also committed to strengthen partnership with social partners to build a city that we imagine, not only for ourselves, but for future generations. For this reason, we embarked on a listening campaign soliciting views from business, organized labor, and civil society on how we can achieve this goal. Inspired by President Cyril Ramaphosa's State of the Nation address, where he emphasized the importance of forging strong ties with social partners, we continue to work with all support teams from provincial and national government that have been assigned to the city to help us to improve in all identified areas of intervention. Honorable Speaker, our municipality, like others across the city, continues to face the following challenges: infrastructure decay in key urban and township areas, growing informal settlements and housing backlogs, high levels of unemployment and youth disillusionment, financial constraints and revenue collection difficulties, climate vulnerability, and a need to accelerate resilience. Therefore, the 2025-26 budget seeks to change the status quo and reshape the future of EThekwini. Since this budget is a contract that binds the municipality and residents, we are now increasing accountability by strengthening internal controls, enhancing project monitoring, and introducing real-time performance dashboards linked to service delivery targets. Over the 2025-2026 MTREF, that is over a 3-year period, we plan to introduce major reforms in the trading services units, namely water and sanitation, electricity, and solid waste. We will roll out over 5,000 new houses, which will be built over the 3-year period. 6,000 new water connections, 13,500 new electricity connections, 7,386 new sewer connections, 53 kilometers of wastewater pipes, upgrading of 14 kilometers of gravel road to blacktop, building 13 new sports fields, building 2 new libraries and refurbishment of 13, repair and upgrade 11 community halls, and build 3 new fire stations. We will bury potholes, sweep the streets, cut the veggies, and keep the street lights on. While we continue to experience water challenges in the municipality, we are making progress in ensuring that all households receive uninterrupted water supply. We have noted all the water-related issues that were raised during the budget hearings, which include water meters being out of stock, water outages, water leaks, aging infrastructure, as well as flood damages that have not yet been repaired. Despite these challenges, the municipality is making significant strides in transforming our water and sanitation services. The EThekwini Water and Sanitation Turnaround Strategy, approved in April 2023 by this House, targets 13 critical areas, ranging from financial sustainability to infrastructure development and customer care. The notable achievements in the implementation of the strategy includes a 30% reduction in repair backlogs, increased operational resources, and major partnerships with the Department of Water and Sanitation, the World Bank, and Umngeni Uthugela water boards. The city also secured a 266 million rand grant and an interest-free loan for non-revenue water reduction in the area of Phoenix, of Inanda, Tuzuma, and Guamashu, as it were. I will elaborate further on what the water turnaround strategy entails. To secure consistent water supply across the municipality, we have completed several critical infrastructure projects. These include the Northern Aqueduct, which has improved water supply in Phoenix, Amawoti, and Verulam. New rising mains from Hazelmere to Grange, and the recommissioning of the Grange to Mountain View pumping main. Currently, our technical teams are finalizing work on the pipeline to Waterloo, Umhlanga, and Blackburn reservoirs. This work will be completed by mid-August this year. Over and above these projects, the municipality has completed and commissioned new reservoirs in Emona and Bear Breeze to support the Otongati area. In collaboration with the Department of Water and Sanitation and Umngeni Uthugela Water, we recently commissioned a 5 megaliter package plant in Gwaqimba, in addition to the 2 megaliter package plant which was launched last year. The entire community of Gwaqimba is now receiving 7 million liters of water per day. That's the equivalent of 7 megaliters of water. This has brought relief to the community, which has been plagued by water challenges for many years. We want to thank the Minister of Water and Sanitation and Umgeni, Utogela Water, for partnering with us in this project. Honorable Speaker, the upgrading of the Intuzuma pump station is ongoing, and the contractor will complete this project in November this year. This will improve water supply in areas such as Intuzuma, Lindelani, Emachobeni, and Inanda. I'm monitoring this project very closely because a few days after being sworn into office, I was inundated with phone calls from the community of Inanda who complained bitterly about lack of water supply in the area. This prompted the mayor to visit the area on the 14th of July last year, where he met 6 families who confirmed that indeed they have not received water from their taps since 2015 and they rely on water tanks. We cannot allow this situation to persist where people live without water for extended periods. So I want to return to this community in November after we've completed this pump station to tell them that the municipality has addressed their plight. Honourable Speaker, we are also making progress on the replacement of the Southern Aqueduct, a pipeline that supplies water to Umlazi, Chatsworth, Shallcross, Efolweni, Kwamakuta, and many other communities in the south. This 1.2 billion rand project will be completed by August next year. We acknowledge that despite these efforts, many regions in the municipality still experience intermittent water supply due to high water demand, power supply instability, and aging infrastructure. To further improve service reliability, we have been insourcing plumbers, a move expected to enhance operational efficiency, reduce repair times, and align with the municipality's revised plumbing policy. This shift is part of a broader institutional reorganization, including the creation of a dedicated non-revenue water branch and the rollout of a single point of management accountability. As part of our efforts to increase capacity within the water services, we'll also continue to procure our yellow fleet, including water tankers, to reduce reliance on hired services. Thank you. On our long-term plans to strengthen water resilience, include a commitment to replace aging pipelines at a rate of 2% per year, improve rural water systems, and leverage partnerships on major water augmentation projects such as the Upper and Lower Mkomazi water projects set to be completed by 2032 and 2026 respectively. Honourable Speaker, to provide reliable and efficient water supply, the total operating budget for water is 11.3 billion rand, which includes 5.3 billion rand for bulk water purchases and 1.9 billion rand for free basic water. The capital budget for this service in 25-26 is 1.15 billion rand, which will focus on the water loss intervention program and the replacement of water pipes. Whilst the municipality will continue to maintain the network that spans 14,533 kilometers and services over 980,000 households, the focus and key deliverables of the water budget in the next financial year are on infrastructure expansion to increase pipelines, reservoirs, and boreholes to improve water access and reduce losses. In this regard, 2,000 new connections will be implemented and 79 kilometers of water pipes will be laid. Non-revenue water will be reduced to 53% in the next financial year, and 92.7% of all water connections will be metered. In ensuring that our service is reliable, significant investment will be made in the maintenance of pump stations and pressure management systems. We will focus on new infrastructure development in communities that do not have water network to ensure service availability. To improve customer service, 75% of all call-outs will be attended to within 24 hours. While we are making progress in repairing and upgrading wastewater treatment works and pump stations, we are still dealing with the challenge of some effluent not reaching our wastewater treatment works. This is due to the backlog in repairing the sanitation network that was severely damaged by the floods. We are also grappling with the issue of vandalism and aging infrastructure. It is in this context that during the budget hearing, people raised issues related to sewer leaks and spillages, as well as clogged sewer lines and manholes. To address these issues, we have issued contracts for public-private partnerships to upgrade wastewater treatment plants or facilities. We'll also be allocating the total operating budget of 3.3 billion rand for sanitation, which will be used to manage the sewer network. 876 million rand will be spent on free basic sanitation. The capital budget for sanitation is 550.6 million, which will be used to upgrade wastewater treatment works and explore alternative ablution technologies. Honourable Speaker, the focus on the sanitation budget is on the following: bulk sewer upgrades to accommodate population growth, 7,386 new sewer connections over the MTREF period, 14 kilometers of sewer pipes will be laid, and 13 wastewater treatment works will be maintained. Support to informal areas by improving sanitation services, including alternative sanitation technologies, to enhance hygiene and dignity. Implement compliance and maintenance projects to prioritize regulatory compliance and proactive maintenance to reduce environmental risk. Improve customer service by ensuring that 75% of all call-outs are attended to within 24 hours, as mentioned earlier. While investment in infrastructure is essential, vandalism remains a big hindrance in our effort to restore and maintain this critical service. We want to emphasize that the municipality alone will not be able to deal with the challenge that results from vandalism and theft of our sewer infrastructure. Therefore, we urge members of the community to continue to be our eyes and ears and report acts of criminality. We have acknowledged that there is a challenge in the management and delivery of water service in the municipality. In response, we have developed the water turnaround strategy, which has been adopted by Council and approved by National Treasury as part of the trading services reforms introduced to metros in the country. At the heart of the strategy is the commitment to enhance financial sustainability of the water utility by achieving the following: sound financial management, by increasing the cash collection rate, reducing non-revenue water, which is currently sitting at 58%, by cutting 5% annually to reach the target of 25%, replacing all water meters that are older than 15 years. Our target is to replace around 40,000 water meters annually. This will ensure that 98% of the bills we issue are based on actual meter readings rather than on a monthly estimates. Clamping down on water theft and vandalism, responding to all burst pipes within 24 hours, increasing the unit's internal capacity by insourcing ward-based plumbers and yellow plants. Proactive leak detection by deploying technology on our infrastructure, creating addresses for properties in rural areas, and install water meters so that we can start collecting revenue in these areas and improve service delivery. This will assist us to identify people who are indigent and qualifying for free basic services. Before we implement this program, there will be a thorough consultation process with Amakosi and all relevant stakeholders. We ring-fence water and sanitation business unit and ensure a single point of accountability for all support functions, such as human resources, fleet, finance, supply chain management, and information technology. We will root out fraud and corruption within the unit, as well as address all Auditor General's findings. We are increasing asset maintenance budget and to 8% and beyond. We are improving the efficiency of our call center and automate it with the latest technology. The call center must be I want to put this in bold. The call center must complete the cycle by giving feedback to customers who have logged service delivery issues. We want to improve professionalism and work ethic within the unit. We are happy to report that the municipality has submitted documents that are required by National Treasury on institutional governance and management capacity. Furthermore, our business and investment plan, as well as the governance roadmap, have been approved. The focus is now on the adoption of 8 minimum commitments to qualify for the first tranche of 365 million rand by September 2025, with a total of 2.5 billion rand over the MTREF period. This funding will be utilized for the long-term sustainability of our trading services. Efforts to turn around the electricity unit are also at an advanced stage, Mr. Speaker. Last year, the Council adopted the electricity turnaround strategy, which was approved by National Treasury. We are confident that these changes will not only improve the efficiency of the electricity service, but they will also guarantee energy security in the municipality. Allow me, Speaker, to commend ESCOM for the sterling work it has done to reduce the frequency of load shedding. However, we are aware that most communities are still experiencing prolonged power outages due to theft, vandalism, and aging infrastructure. To continuously supply residents with electricity, the municipality will allocate an operating budget of 23.6 billion rand, of which 18.7 billion rand, which is 80% of the budget, is for bulk purchases from ESCOM. 578 million rand will be spent on free basic electricity. The capital budget for electricity is 859 million. Whilst the unit will continue to service 760,000 customers. The focus on the 25-26 budget, electricity budget, is on 1, network refurbishment to replace aging infrastructure and upgrading substations for better load capacity. All plant maintenance will also be undertaken. 17 new substations will be commissioned, whilst a further 30 will be upgraded. Introduction of smart metering and street lighting projects to reduce losses and improve energy use. Electricity loss targeted in the next financial year is less than 11.5%. 3, targeted delivery of electricity to informal settlement and new developments. 4, we undertake to connect new connections and industrial customers, to connect new commercial and industrial customers, as well as aiming to connect 4,500 residential dwellings to reduce the current backlog of 345,825 households. We will increase the number of teams to proactively protect the electrical infrastructure and respond to infrastructure theft incidents, as well as effectively removing illegal connections to reduce non-technical losses. We will also procure and replace non-operational electricity meters to improve revenue generation. Improving the number of operational streetlights, which includes the provision of high mast lighting at major intersections to improve safety and security. Lastly, accelerating the process of procuring alternative sources of energy. On waste management, Mr. Speaker, keeping the city clean is key to attracting tourists and investors. It also contributes to the health and well-being of our residents. To ensure seamless provision of waste management services, the municipality has set aside an operating budget of 1.9 billion rand, which includes 454 million rand for community-based contractors and 85 million rand for refuse bags. The capital budget for this service is 375.5 million rand, which will be spent on transport assets and landfill sites. Whilst the budget will be used to manage the entire waste management function in the municipality, the focus of the cleansing and solid waste budget is to 1, continue providing weekly refuse removal services to 1.24 million households in the municipality, including informal settlements. 2, investing in modernizing the waste fleet and equipment to improve collection efficiencies. Jomba. Cheers. 3, upgrade our 4 landfill sites and implement waste programs to extend the landfill site lifespan. 4, expansion of separation at source programs and public initiatives on waste reduction. We'll also intensify awareness campaigns encouraging people to keep the city clean. On human settlements, Honourable Speaker, it has been 7 decades since the adoption of the Freedom Charter, which remains our guiding document for building a just, equal and prosperous society. One of the pillars of the Freedom Charter is that, I quote, "There shall be houses, security and comfort," close quote. In line with this noble goal, we will endeavour to provide decent houses for all our people, particularly the poor. As a city, we currently have a housing backlog of over 474,000 households. which is growing due to rural-urban migration, is a moving target. We also have the largest number of informal settlements in the city. There are approximately 600, in fact, well over 600 informal settlements with 314,000 households. It is against this background that during the budget hearings, people raised issues about long-standing housing projects, refurbishment of flats, title deeds not being issued, eradication of transit camps and informal settlements, as well as shortages of land for housing development, Councillor Mvubu. However, compounding the situation is the recurring floods which destroy houses and displace many families. Working with all spheres of government and Amakosi, who are the custodians of land in rural communities, we continue to search for suitable land to settle those living in informal settlement and transit camps. Priority is given to victims of disasters who usually find themselves in temporary accommodation. For 2025-26 financial year, the human settlement budget will deliver on the following key priorities: construction of top structures, storm-damaged houses, building of social housing and hostels, constructions of 1,641 new subsidized housing units, 30 hectares of land will be acquired for human settlements, 608 informal settlements will be assessed and classified, 720 service sites for human settlements will be identified and prepared, 9,424 households in informal settlements will benefit from the incremental services. Public transport. Provision of safe, reliable, and integrated public transport remains our priority. The majority of our people, particularly the working class and the poor, rely on this service. Therefore, it is vital that our fleet and infrastructure operate optimally to meet the needs of the commuters. During the budget hearings, people raised queries about the Go Durban project, poor bus service in certain areas, lack of bus shelters, and faulty traffic signals. To address these challenges, EThekwini Transport Authority, ETA, will be undertaking the following projects in the next financial year: construction of the integrated public transport network infrastructure, which includes bus stations, depots, feeder routes, Corridor C3, C1, C9, and Bridge City Terminal. Upgrading public transport facilities such as taxi and ranks, building public transport shelters, installation of 1.9 kilometers of guardrails, traffic and safety improvements, building traffic calming speed bumps at 48 different locations, building sidewalks for pedestrian safety, and 17 different locations implementing traffic signals. Coming to engineering, adequate road infrastructure is key to growing our economy. It plays a crucial role in linking communities with social amenities and economic activities. Most of the communities we met during the budget hearings, particularly in rural areas, complained about gravel roads and poor road maintenance. Therefore, we must continue to invest in maintaining existing infrastructure and expanding our new road network in rural and township communities. You will agree with me that the road infrastructure is both the brunt of the severe weather events that constantly visit the city. As we rebuild damaged roads and bridges, we are applying the principle of building back better, to ensure that we have a resilient infrastructure that can withstand future disasters. At the same time, we are intensifying programs to keep our rivers and streams clear of debris to allow unrestricted flow of excess water during flooding. Honorable Councillors, the key outcomes for the engineering budget is the next financial year, or for this next financial year, are the following. Undertaking approximately 90-kilometer lane of road rehabilitation, converting 4.61 kilometer of gravel road to tar, strengthening the municipality's stormwater network, blading gravel roads in rural areas. On economic development, the strong partnership the municipality has built with the private sector continues to yield positive results, as demonstrated by the appetite shown by business to invest in the city. For 25-26 MTRF period, the municipality will allocate 488 million to build bulk infrastructure for various catalytic projects. This budget will attract billions of rands of investment in development projects that will catapult the city into a new area of prosperity. Apart from boosting investment and business confidence in the city, these projects increase our rate space. They also improve the Durban as an investment destination of choice. When cranes are swinging and yellow plants moving, people's hope are revived. We are happy that Durban has become a construction site, and it clearly shows that we are open for business. We will continue to ensure that private sector investment is not only concentrated in the urban areas, but it will also spread to townships and rural communities. We'll also put strong emphasis on the revitalization of secondary CPDs, industrial renewals, and upgrading of tourism nodes and corridors. The growth of our tourism sector is intrinsically linked to the investment the municipality, in partnership with business, is making in changing the skyline of the city. We are happy that the beachfront is poised for a major facelift due to the announcement by Southern Sun of over R1 billion investment to revamp their hotels. Recently, we also witnessed the reopening of the Hilton Hotel. Hey, City Manager, thank you very much for this. You really led the whole thing from the front. And we witnessed the reopening of the Hilton Hotel, which will boost our prospects of securing more conferences as it complements the Inkosi Albert Luthuli ICC because of its proximity. As part of our plans to restore the Golden Mile, we launched the Durban Beach Cafe and announced plans for the redevelopment of Joe Cools and Durban Fun World into a modern facility. We are pleased that the municipality continues to be the preferred destination for entertainment, leisure, and conferencing. It means we must spend money to crowd in money. We are looking forward to welcoming thousands of visitors to the city for the Comrades Marathon and the Hollywood Bets Durban July. These events assist us to boost our local economy and create much-needed jobs. They also align perfectly with our recently launched visitor strategy of taking Durban to the world. The 2025-26 budget will also fund creation programs that will create 13,376 jobs through EPWP, Zibambele, and Sihlanzimvelo stream cleaning programs. On the inner city regeneration, the city is actively working on the regeneration of its inner city through various initiatives, including renovating buildings, improving safety and security, and attracting investment. The focus is on revitalizing urban spaces, stimulating economic growth, and enhancing the quality of life for residents and our visitors. The Bad Buildings program aims to address and renovate problematic buildings in the CPT. We are collaborating with property owners, the Department of Public Works and Transnet, which has led the renovation of many buildings with plans for more. The program includes initiatives to reclaim hijacked buildings and provide incentives for property owners to renovate their properties. We are working with property owners to wrap problem buildings, allow them to generate revenue from advertising to help pay for renovations. The municipality is deploying security teams, armed patrol units, and rapid response squads to enhance public safety. Urban improvement precinct ambassadors have been introduced to further enhance safety and security with additional deployments to specific areas. Our CCTV cameras are also assisting in preventing crime. Currently, the municipality is developing a 2040 inner city local area and regeneration plan to attract and retain investment and people in the city, in the inner city. This plan includes proposal for social housing and affordable residential unit. Specific buildings are being identified and planned for conversion into a social housing and student accommodation. The city is also hard at work creating a more welcoming and vibrant environment through the refurbishment of buildings and improved safety. The initiative also aims to stimulate economic growth and create job initiatives. On Going Green, our budget also supports the implementation of the Durban Climate Action Plan, which aims to achieve climate resilience and carbon neutrality by 2050. The municipality is working to reduce emissions by 40% by 2030 and 80% by 2050, aiming for carbon neutrality. This involves implementing a smart electricity grid, promoting renewable energy sources like rooftop solar panels, and transforming transportation systems. On youth development, our city has a youthful population and will continue to invest in programs that seek to empower our young with skills and provide them with opportunities that will enable them to play a meaningful role in the mainstream economy. During the budget and ITP hearings, the voice of the youth, the voice of the youth during the hearings, the voice of the youth was loud and clear that they don't want to live on handouts, as most of them have post-matric qualifications. We want to say that as the leadership of the city, we have not only listened to your cries, young people, but we have also responded. Therefore, in the 25-26 financial year, the municipality will allocate funding for youth programs across various units in the municipality. Through the youth office, we'll continue to fund educational and skills development programs in the form of bursaries and the student relief fund. The city will also strengthen partnership with tertiary institutions to equip young people with information technology skills, including robotics and artificial intelligence, to prepare them for the jobs of the future. On the disability sector, and as part of the budget and ITP consultation, we have engaged with them, with the people in the disability sector, and made commitments that all the issues they raised with us, which include inadequate transport, housing, jobs, and business opportunities, will receive attention. On fighting crime, we must work towards building a city where people are safe to work, live, and play. The people of EThekwini have told us that they are experiencing crime daily due to lack of police visibility in certain areas. It is for this reason that last year we've entered into a cooperation agreement with the South African Police Services to increase our capacity by sharing resources to improve responsiveness. Furthermore, we all agree that technology can play a crucial role in fighting crime. For this reason, we'll be allocating 300 million rand in the current financial year to roll out the smart policing programs. We'll also recruit additional Metro Police officers to ensure greater visibility in our communities, Councillor Mpans. However, we must mention that police alone will not be able to defeat the scourge of crime. Through Safer City programs, we'll implement community safety and crime prevention programs in collaboration with business and community crime fighting structures. We will also establish an electronic land invasion complaints management system and strengthen partnership with community forums for rapid response. And on parks, recreation and culture, investing in sport, arts and culture is crucial not only to keep young people occupied, but also to promote unity and social cohesion. Among the issues that people raised sharply during the budget hearings was building and maintenance of sports facilities, as well as rehabilitation of community halls and libraries. Therefore, in 25-26 financial year, we commit to allocate funding to rehabilitate our sports, arts, and culture facilities throughout the city. In the past weeks, we have all witnessed the importance of sport in uniting our people when we successfully hosted the Nedbank Cup final. Indeed, this calls on us to continue to invest in upgrading our sports facilities as we are currently doing with the Moses Mabhida Stadium and the Kings Park swimming pool, so that we can also continue to attract major sporting events in the city. I'm not going to list everything that is going to be done there, but the list is there. Let me take this opportunity to commend the work that has been done by our teams from Parks and Recreation, Metropolis and Safer City in revitalizing the Abelt Park and returning it to the community. Our profound gratitude also goes to none other than the ward councillor for Ward 32, Councillor Mgonyama, for leading from the front and mobilizing all stakeholders to reclaim the park from vagrants. We can do it. If we can do it, we all can do it. I want to make a call to all councillors to lead campaigns in our wards and reclaiming public spaces from criminals so that families can feel safe and enjoy our parks. In our efforts to address social ills, we are accelerating programs to fight the scourge of gender-based violence. We've also heightened the campaign to tackle the challenge of teenage pregnancy, which also contributes to the spread of HIV among teenage girls. Our health unit will continue to test and screen people to reduce the burden of HIV and other communicable disease. We remain committed to address service delivery challenges that are plaguing the city. In the new financial year, we'll be rolling out a bold new approach to boost service delivery that hinges on real-time accountability, regional management, and technology-driven innovation. While acknowledging systematic weakness that continue to frustrate residents, while acknowledging systematic weaknesses that continue to frustrate residents. A combination of unannounced site visits, the city manager started it, artificial intelligence tools, and decentralized management will form the backbone of the municipality's new push for service excellence. We've picked up a couple of things that we are not happy about. For instance, adherence to the legislative response time after service delivery queries have been raised. It takes too long, particularly when you are dealing with water leaks. To close the gap, we are promoting transversal management, a tighter standard operating procedure between municipality units. Sometimes they take too long to respond to a water leak because they don't have a TLP to dig up that particular pipe. Another example is where water dig up a road to replace a water pipe, but roads do not come and fix the road timelessly. This will help resolve such issues, and we are already noticing the impact. Key is regionalizing service accountability so that each geographic area has a dedicated team with direct access to all necessary resources from support departments without having to rely on centralized departments. For example, an area manager responsible for South will have access to all those particular services and be able to provide them without having to wait for someone to come from Priory Road or Springfield. A citizen-focused innovation is also key. For example, the EThekwini mobile app has seen 150,000 times downloads, which allows residents to log faults, pay bills, and get updates. This tool reflects our vision to build a smart, digital, and enabled city. Of course, on revenue enhancement, increasing revenue collection is critical to ensuring financial sustainability of the municipality, as well as accelerating service delivery. In the past few months, we have introduced impactful revenue enhancement strategies. This includes, amongst other things, migrating water reading from water and electricity to the revenue department. In August last year, we introduced a deceased estate debt write-off program to provide a once-off relief to beneficiaries of the deceased estates. As at 30 April, the municipality has approved over 9,000 applications for a write-off amounting to 747.5 million rand. Last week, the council approved a 50% debt write-off program of area debt accumulated up to 31st of January 2025. This is part of our effort to cushion our customers who are grappling with the rising cost of living. After we received complaints from customers about our bills not being user-friendly, we are happy to report that we have now simplified the document. We have also digitized our revenue management services through the introduction of the e-service platforms. These platforms assist customers to access our services at the click of the button in the comfort of their homes. It also allows customers to access their monthly bills, track their usage of services, and make payments online. All these interventions are designed not only to enhance revenue, but also to improve customer services, because a happy customer is a paying customer. The 2025-26 budget is 70.9 billion rand. By the way, I must indicate this point. It's down from 71.3 billion rand because we had to drop the tariffs. I'm going to announce the percentage by which we dropped the tariffs. So if you drop the tariffs, you reduce your bottom line. So are now down, I want to mention this, so that Mwango, is out of this out. Does not jump up and down, because what is critical when you present the budget is where are you going to recover the money from. As we speak, we don't have even a single cent for 25-26. We'll start from the 1st July to raise the funds. And the commitment they've given me, the city manager and the CFO, is that they will raise not less than 5.6 billion rand a month, every month. Of course, when there are months where they failed, they will improve on the following months. That is in order to arrive at a 70.9 billion rand. So it's split between 63.6 billion for operating and 7.3 billion for capital. Let me come to the tariffs adjustments. Balancing, during the extensive budget and IDP consultations, communities expressed their deep concern about the proposed tariffs for 25-26 financial year, citing tough economic climate, unemployment, and high cost of living. They also raised concerns about service delivery. To demonstrate that these consultations are not just a tick box exercise, we have listened to all the inputs and considered the concerns raised by the residents, as well as my councillors on the right. Yeah, as well as on the left. So we listen. In this regard, we are happy to announce that the tariffs have been critically reviewed and revised as follows. While the proposed domestic tariff increase has been reduced from 15% to 13%, the water tariff increase for business has been reduced from 16% to 14%, but just close to the Umgeni tariff, Bamkos. Very close. I think we're just 1 or 2% that differentiate between what Umgeni is imposing us and what we are going to charge our residents. Anything below this will bankrupt the municipality. For sanitation tariff, the proposed domestic sanitation tariff increase of 13% has been reduced to 11%, whilst the proposed sanitation tariff increase for business has also been reduced from 14% to 12%. The average property rates has also been reduced from 6.5% to 5.9%. I thought, Honorable Berchte, you would give me a round of applause. I'm going to stop giving you good news. Refuse tariff. The proposed refuse tariff increase for domestic households has also been reduced from 9.9% to 9%, in line with the tariff increase for business. For electricity, the proposed tariff for electricity is 12.72%, remains unchanged. We failed to win our argument with ESCOM. They pleaded that they are also picking up the cost of providing the service has increased, and that they can't do this any better. They can't improve the tariff. It remained as they imposed on us. The surcharge is being reviewed, infrastructure surcharge. Colleagues, I'm going to come back in May, but I'm not increasing it. The surcharge is being reviewed, and the report will be submitted in June. We're just simply extending it. That report is going to come. We're not ruffling the feathers there. In addition to the reduction of the tariff increases, the rebate on vacant land will be increased to 30% in 25-26 from 10% in 24-25 upon application and approval. Again, we are a caring and a listening municipality. Furthermore, where property previously categorized as agriculture, as at 1st July 2025, is being developed, it will be recategorized as a vacant land, and a rebate of 50% will be granted. A rebate of 50% will be granted to the developer upon application and approval for a maximum period of 36 months as a once-off relief. That is in the documents that are before you, councillors. This will be applicable to agricultural properties rezoned or subdivided from the 1st July 2025 that do not qualify for any other rebates or incentives. As I sit down, the National Treasury has assessed this budget and came to a conclusion that it is credible, funded, relevant, and sustainable. Honorable councillors, Speaker, Amakosa Sendlunkulu, the entire leadership, and the residents of EThekwini, this is not the time for despair. This is the time to pull together, to restore faith in local government, and to work tirelessly to build a city that works for all its people. The 25-26 budget is bold yet responsible. It puts people first, confronts our challenges honestly, and positions EThekwini for renewal and resilience. Let us rise to the occasion and approve this budget, not just as a technical document, but as a blueprint for hope and impact. Let us make this opportunity to thank the Executive Committee. So let's take this opportunity to thank the Executive Committee and the political leadership for their input into this budget. The City Manager, Mr. Mpele, for his stewardship, as well as our Chief Financial Officer, Dr. Sandile Mnguni, and his team for the excellent work in balancing this budget under trying times. Most importantly, I wish to thank my organization, the African National Congress, for the responsibilities bestowed on me and the collective leadership. I also want to thank all political parties we are working with for their cooperation, except your support remains crucial in ensuring that the municipality is politically stable. Finally, I want to thank my family and my wife in particular for continuing to be my pillar of strength. I wish to table the 2025-26 medium-term revenue and expenditure framework for final approval. Thank you very much.
What about the side shake? Side shake, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Your Worship. Order. As we have indicated earlier, that after His Worship, the Mayor, have tabled the draft budget, we are going to close the special meeting and convene the ordinary council meeting after. We are now closing the special meeting. I'm going to give you a stretch break of 6 minutes. Just a stretch break and come back because our agenda is very thick and long. Let's just break just for 5 minutes and come back after that. Thank you. Yes, we valid them.
Cha ngiyayibuzela nje.
7. We make provision that as part of the order of business for council meeting, the Speaker may table a report advising of key activities undertaken by the municipality over the month or any changes impacting the municipal council. On item 2, we are dealing with municipal activities. 2.1, community stakeholder engagements. The Local Government Municipal Systems Act make provision that a municipality must encourage and create conditions for local community to participate in its affairs, including but not limited to the establishment, implementation, and review of its performance management system, strategic decision relating to the provision of municipal services, the preparation of its budget. The municipality has been preparing its 2025-2026 budget, and in compliance with the above-mentioned provision, over the month of April to May 2025, several budget integrated development plan, ITP, public and stakeholder engagement consultations were held throughout the different regions of the municipality with key stakeholders and committee members. The intention of the hosting the said engagement, other than compliance, is to allow communities and stakeholders to partake in the council decision-making through the airing their views of the proposed budget and strategically identified priorities contained in the IDP. Communities and stakeholders exercise their right to freedom of speech by clearly articulating areas where they strongly felt that the municipality hasn't adequately delivered and put forward constructive proposals on how best the draft budget could be structured to address the set identified shortfall areas. The proposal collected from the said consultation sessions have been considered and, where possible, have been effected on the final 2025-2026 budget IDP. That will be considered by the municipality. Ward-based community meetings are also being convened monthly and in some wards on a quarterly basis, and councillors that are still not engaging, respectively, committees are urged to comply with this requirement, which is part of the code of conduct for councillors. Hostel safety workshop that was held on the 22nd April 2025. Hostels are an integral part of the municipality, and currently there are 6 wards with hostels dwelling within the boundaries of the city. A number of concerns has been raised through different platforms with the municipality on challenges experienced by hostel residents, including the safety and security in these establishments, which resulted in the municipal council resolving that a hostel in Daba be convened with relevant stakeholders to dialogue and craft strategies on how to best deal with the said challenges. The hostel in Davao was indeed convened in December 2023, attended by relevant stakeholders such as SAPS, ward councillors, reps from all 10 hostels, a delegation from Human Settlement, and many others from other structures. From the dialogue, a number of resolutions were taken, some of which being that through the study be conducted by Human Settlement to establish the main source of challenges being experienced in hostels in our municipality. And that a follow-up session to track on resolution taken by be scheduled to ensure continuity and eventually address challenges experienced by hostels residents. A follow-up session in a form of a workshop was convened on Tuesday, the 22nd April 2025, as per the Hostel Indaba resolution, where in the main the safety challenges were addressed. In attendance were the chairs from the Security and Emergency Committee, Deputy Chairperson from Human Settlement and Engineering Committee. There were reps from hostels, ward councillors were also present, and the delegation from KZN SAPS. In the safety workshop, there were 3 proposals or recommendations that were made. Firstly, hostel safety forum must be established or convened and coordinated by the Office of the Deputy Mayor as the chair of the Security and Emergency Support Committee, with the support from Human Settlement Unit and the Office of the Speaker. This being done and concluded before the end of the first quarter in the financial year 2025-2026. Secondly, Human Settlement Unit is to properly address the issue of allocation of residents in hostels. The unit to develop a clear strategy by the end of the first quarter 2025-2026 financial year for consideration by the Human Settlement and Engineering Support Committee in the first instance and approval by Council. Westatu, through the District Development Model DDM, in all future discussions regarding safety and security in the municipality, the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development be invited and form part of all the programs. Human Settlement Unit to conduct a study on the innovative ways of collecting rent in hostels and the finding thereof to inform the strategy on the overall management of hostels. Ethics Committee. The Ethics Committee is established by the Municipal Council in line with the provision of Schedule 7, the Code of Conduct for Councillors contained in the Local Government Municipal Structures Act, to investigate and make findings on any alleged breach of conduct. The committee comprised of 9 members, and like all other council committees, the membership thereof is allocated on proportional basis, with 4 from the African National Congress, 3 from the Democratic Alliance, 1 from the Economic Freedom Fighters, and 1 from Inkatha Freedom Party. In April 2025, a vacancy was created in the committee by a member representing the ANC, which is former Councillor Yolanda Young, who resigned from the Municipal Council. The ANC Chief Whip has since advised the Speaker that the said vacancy shall be filled by Councillor Dumsane Maxwell Tsundwane as a new, yes. Councillors, order. Councillor Dumsane Maxwell Nsundwane will now form a member of the Ethics Committee, replacing Councillor Yolanda Young, who have resigned. The order, councillors. The Municipal Council is hereby requested to approve the appointment of Councillor Dumsane Maxwell Nsundwane as a member of the Ethics Committee representing the ANC, as replacing Councillor Yolanda. Number 4, the last item, changes in the Municipal Council. Order, councillors. Order. Council to note that Municipal Council had 2 vacancies, namely a proportional representation, a PR councillor, that arose from the resignation of Councillor Yolanda Young from the African National Congress, and a ward councillor from Ward 110 that resulted from the resignation of Councillor Abdul from the Democratic Alliance. The 2 vacancies have since been filled by Councillor Nokanya Pel Kumete, replacing Councillor Yolanda Young. Where is Councillor Kumete? Thank you very much, Councillor Kumete. You are officially welcome as a councillor member. And Councillor Manda Goodman Biela from Umkhonto Wesizwe Political Party, elected ward councillor in Ward 110, replacing Councillor Abdul. Mr. Biela, Councillor Biela, are you present? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Councillor Biela, order. Order.
Can you please call security, Speaker?
Order, Councillor Biela. Order, councillors. Let's respect the meeting. Order. Councillor Biela, you are officially welcome as a member of EThekwini Municipal Council. Thank you very much. The council currently has 1 vacancy from the resignation of Councillor Sibisi. A PR councillor from the Democratic Alliance, and it will be filled once a replacement confirmation is received from the IEC. Thank you very much, councillors, for listening. The report is submitted for information. Thank you very much. Okay. Now, as I've said earlier, many of the report is for information, but there is a recommendation that needs approval. The appointment of Councillor Dumsane Maxwell Nsundwane as a member of Ethics. Councillors, is the recommendation agreed? Thank you. Thank you very much. We will now move to item number 9 on the confirmation of minutes. Thank you, thank you. Councillors, I'm being guided here that item number 8, the declaration of interest is necessary because this is another meeting. There might be some items in the council agenda where councillors might feel that they have to declare some interest because this is another meeting. It means from number 6, we'll go to item number 8, which is a declaration of interest. Any councillor to declare interest?
Hambani impela.
Order, councillors. Any councillor to declare interest?
We repeat to Baba MK.
Okay. Now let's move let's go straight to item number 9. We will start. We are not going to deal with the minutes for the in-committee meeting that was on the 30th January 2025. We'll deal with those later. But we are going to deal with the minute of an ordinary meeting that was on the 31st of March 2025. I hope that you have the copies of that meeting. There's in committee. There are 2 pages for the in committee, but for the ordinary meeting, there's a thick document. Councillors, I will take these minutes as read because they were distributed to all of you in time. What I will request is that if there are any corrections from page 4251 to the last page, which is 4559, just refer us to a page and the paragraph for corrections. This is the first set of our minutes, 31st March 2025. Corrections first, page 4251, the first page. The last page is 4559. Just refer us to a page and the paragraph for corrections. If there are no correction, anyone to raise any matter on the first set of our minutes, any matters arising, councillors? There are no matters arising. May I have the hand that move for the adoption of these minutes? Any mover? Councillor Changase?
I move for the adoption, Speaker. Thank you.
Councillor Changase says move. Any seconder? There's a councillor on my far left and so you come here, Rapper. Councillor Webster?
Councillor Webster, Speaker. Aye, second.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Councillor, the minutes have been moved and seconded. Now there are also minutes for the meeting that was on the 14th of May, the special meeting. Minutes are also here for no, it's the 14th, eh? Yeah, for 17th of April, it was a continuation of this meeting I'm going to start with. The 14th of May, minutes are here, right, before we deal with the continuation on the 17th. Let's start with the first set of the minutes for the meeting that was on the 14th of May. It was a special meeting. From page 4402, the last page is 4412. Any corrections, councillors? Just raise your board, then refer us to a page and a paragraph. Thank you. There are no corrections. Any matters arising from those set of minutes? If there are no matters arising, let me have the hand that move for the adoption. Any hand, Councillor Madlala? Thank you very much. The minutes have been moved. Any seconder? Deputy Mayor?
Thank you, Somlo, my second.
Thank you. The first set of minutes for the 14 have been moved and seconded. Let's go now to the next set for the continuation of the meeting that was adjourned on the 14th. This meeting was on the 17th of no. Okay. You are correct. The 17th of April, corrections, page 4577, the first page. The last page is 4691. Corrections. Corrections. No corrections. Matters arising. Matters arising. Let me have hand that move for the adoption of this minute. Councillor Mkhize.
Bongithuba Speaker, move.
Minute have been moved. Any seconder? Councillor Sokabasa.
I second, Speaker.
Thank you very much. Minutes have been moved and seconded. You will notice that we are now left with the in-committee minute for the 30th of January and the 31st of March. We are going to deal with those minutes when we are in the in-committee meeting. Now we'll move straight to item 11. Item 11s are, these are questions in terms of Section 27. Section 27 of the Rules of Order. The first question is on page 5. The first question is on page 5. Unfortunately, in my page here, I don't see the name Belinda of the author of the motion. Now, you should confirm first whether the author of the motion is here or not. Okay, thank you. Is Councillor Zaman Kuzwayo? Is Kuzwayo present?
Present, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor Kuzwayo. Let's have the response on page 5 from a question from Councillor Kuzwayo.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, for Honourable Kuzwayo. The first question, please refer to Annexure 1, Water and Sewer Fault from January 2024 to May 2025. Same thing applies for question 2. Question 3, in comparison with the other parts of the city, the sewer infrastructure in Newland is fair. The older settlement with the older infrastructure are likes of West Ridge, the Seaview, Newland West, doesn't seem to be old settlement. By old settlement, I refer to 1910 and 1930. Question 4, predominating old infrastructure and aging AC pipes projects are open in phase 1 and phase 2. Some phase 1 is completed. Example, Palok phase 2 is approved and awaiting funding. Ayesha Waste Main Replacement Project number X8438. This project was not completed. Only phase 1 was completed. Another phase 2 will be done in the next financial year. Question 5, EThekwini Municipality does not co-join sewer lines and stormwater pipes. These are meant to be the separate lines. However, the overflow pipes can be constructed, which are not active lines, but they direct the sewer into stormwater in case of emergencies only. To make you understand the overflow, just imagine if the pump station is faulty. We avoid the sewer flowing the station and destroying electrical infrastructure by pumping this overflow pipe that will direct the flow to the river. This is only in the case of emergency. Question 6, sewer leaks are fixed by sanitation department. The consumer must report the fault. The call center will issue the fault number and direct the fault to sanitation control center. 7, according to superintendent of the area, the problem that contaminates the stream originates from the Richmond Farm to Zuma A, which the area belongs to Northern Region under Amanda Nen. Several blockages in Richmond Farm. 8, which does not appear as well, your speaker, on the questions, but we try to get the turnaround time to fix the sewer leaks is 24 hours. If it is the normal blockage, it might take longer if it is the blockage pipe that is affected by this SCM processes. 9, unresolved fault can be escalated to the line management. Escalated faults are prioritized. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor Nkosi. Please, you're being reminded to email those responses to Councillor Kuzwayo.
Yes.
Please make sure that you email them. Page 6.
It's Honorable Lunchman.
Order. Proceed, Councillor Nkosi.
Question 1, Annex charge 2 attached because it's too long. Question 2, the budgeting for the municipality is guided by Chapter 4 of the Local Government Municipal Management Act 56 of 2003, Section 17. I hope Mayor Bazo is supported this time around the budget. Njobe buza kanje. 1A, prescribe that the annual budget of the municipality must be scheduled in the prescribed format, setting out realistic anticipated revenue for the budget year for each revenue source. Section 18 of the Act states that annual budget may only be funded from realistically anticipated revenue. Cash back accumulated funds from the previous year surplus not committed for other purposes. When the budget is being prepared, the above provisions of the Act are considered. Therefore, the budget is always prepared according to what the municipality anticipates collecting in the ensuing financial year. And noting that the budget is funded from the tariffs, the affordability of the consumers is also considered when determining the tariffs increase. A huge increase in the budget will require exorbitant increase in the sewer tariffs. Question 3, budget is not sufficient, especially with consumer misuse and abuse, vandalism, age infrastructure, and backfilling that is on waste, water network, sewer pipes. The department has not received the approved budget for 2025, 2026. It's coming on Thursday. The department will comment once received. Question 4, these are not delays. However, they must be advised for 7 days, even though they are emergency work. The department is developing maintenance contract to avoid the need for contractors for each emergency work. 5, the department is developing maintenance contract to avoid the need for contractors for each emergency work. 6, refer to 2 above. Also note that the collected revenue do not only cover the maintenance costs, but there are other expenditures items covered by the budget, such as staff salaries, payment of interest on loans, water, electricity, VIP emptying, sewerage services, depreciation, etc., just to mention few. The last one, which is 7, the timeline to hold all the blockages is in our network infrastructure is 24 hours as per SCLA. However, this might be longer if there is a blocked pipe, broken pipe repair is per SLA in 7 days. Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor Nkosi, for those responses. Page 7.
Honourable Singh, item 1, approximately 50. Question 1, approximately 50. Question 2, between 4 to 6 weeks. 3, none. 4, none. 5, the reason for rejection was that there was no negligence on the part of the council. 6, Sean Francis does the claims are managed in-house. 7, the consumer need to submit claims to claims@durban.gov.za. Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor Nkosi. The last question is on page 8.
Thank you, Speaker, and thank you for the questions from Councillor Mkhize, unlike you, Councillor Nkos, I am certain that Councillor Mkhize is going to support the budget. Question number 1, what is the progress to date on assessing damages of 5 bridges? Response is that all assessment on Fenen Road have been completed to mitigate the risk of future flooding. Line department has reduced the number of road crossing over the river to 5 river crossing, to 4 river crossings, sorry. On the 4 river crossing, there will be 3 vehicular crossing and 1 pedestrian crossing. The pedestrian crossing has been designed and is ready for implementation. Line department is awaiting signatures of approving authorities of the Section 36 reports to the bid adjudication committee for the contractor's appointment. 2, how much will it cost the construction of all bridges? The 4 bridges could be constructed under 1 contract over the duration of 33 months for an amount of 135 million excluding VETs, or it could be contracted over 4 work packages over 54 months at a cost of 169 million excluding VETs. Question number 3, what is the progress on ensuring the availability of sufficient funds to contract these bridges? Line department is adjusting the 2025-2026 financial year MCRF EF to allow for the 9 million for the pedestrian bridge. The funding for the 3 vehicular bridges to be secured from savings to be identified in the 3 outer financial years. Question number 4, when can the community of Lower Molweni can be expected to start of bridges reconstruction? As per answer 1 above, once the report is approved by the bid adjudication committee, construction of the pedestrian bridge shall commence immediately. The 3 vehicular bridges are in design stage and will be ready for implementation in the 2026-2027, 2027-2028, and 2028-2029 financial year. The last one, how long the reconstruction will take in terms of months? The projects can be completed over 33 months if full funding is made available, or over 54 months if funding is staggered. I thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor Mvobo, for that. Please, we are also reminded to email the responses to Councillor Mkhize. Thank you very much, councillors, for that. We are now moving to page 9. We will invite His Worship the Mayor to table the first report of the Executive Committee. Your Worship.
Thank you, Honorable Somlomo, Honorable Whip of Council, Amakosi Asendlunkulu siyakhuleka kuwo, Honorable Councillors, City Manager and Administration, nabasibukele einkundleni zokuxhumana. Allow me to present the first report of the Executive Committee. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Order, Speaker.
Councillor Mwango.
Speaker, for the record, you asked the mayor to table the report, not the deputy mayor. So if there are changes, it should be recorded that the deputy mayor will table the report. Because for record, you said the mayor is tabling the report unless they've changed the mayor.
The office.
Okay, thank you. Your point of order is overruled. The order, they represent the office. They are coming from one office. Thank you very much, City Manager.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. The first report of the Executive Committee is from their meeting which was held on the 15th of the 4th, 2025. It starts off with the report of the Security and Emergency Services Committee from their meeting, which was held on the 10th of the 4th, 2025. Item 1.1, request for authority to establish satellite driver's license renewal office and a satellite office for motor vehicle registering authority services at Metropolis headquarters. Committee recommends.
Thank you very much, City Manager. There are 3 speakers on this report. The first speaker is Councillor R. Maharaj from Democratic Alliance. The second speaker is Councillor R. Mbonambi from the IFP. The third and the last speaker is Councillor ZP Mieni from the NFP with a donation of 2 minutes from the ANC. In that order, Councillor Maharaj.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We from the Democratic Alliance welcome the initiative to establish a satellite office for the renewal of driver's license and the renewal of motor vehicle registration services to the residents of EThekwini. This will go a long way to overcome the long queues that are currently experienced at existing facilities. The reduction of long queues would in effect reduce the unproductive time that would, as a consequence, have a positive effect on the economy. After the successful opening of this facility at the Metropolis headquarters, we look forward to the opening of similar satellite facilities at Chatsworth and KwaMashu as proposed, and hopefully there's further satellites that will also be opened. In conclusion, we pray that the proposed service delivery is of an exemplary high standard, unlike the other services the municipality provides. Since this service would be of great benefit to our residents, we will support the request. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Maharaj. Councillor Mbonambi.
Asibikele ngibonge speaker ngibikele wonke amakhansela akhona ngibikele namakhansela amasha asanda usijoyina ukuthi hayi sikhona emkhandlweni sizosebenza. Speaker siyinkatha Freedom Party siyakweseka lokho kuthathwe iqathu lomkhandlu wethu weTheku okucabangela izakhamizi okanye abahlala abahlala koMashu nakoIshaswet ukuthi sebezokwazi manje ukuthi indlela zabo zifindeke emgwaqweni baka driver amabanga amade ngexa ukuthi bocela izimvume emahhovisini omnyango wezokuthutha. Futhi lokho speaker zophinde futhi kwehlise nomthamo kulama yama license offices akade ekhona ngenxa yokugcwala nanokuthi abantu sebezokwazi ba-apply bathole izimvume zezimoto ngaphandle ukuthi sebafutha ama-computer ethu sefrizile sekuthiwa sasebenzi ngenxa yokuthi ase-overpowered ukuthi asebenze kakhulu engaphumuli. Sikubongeke speaker ukuthi iTheku liyakhombisa ukuthi le GNU iyasebenza kuba hayi siyawucabangela umphakathi wethu waseThekwini. Siphinde speaker sibonge before sibonge upremier wethu tasiphe umkhuleko ngiyabona umoya emakhansela namhlanje muhla ayiphethe kahle umkhulu kade senawo obokade uhlanguzo undunankulu. Siphinde simbonge nomeya wethu ukuthi mengekho akwazi ukuthi hayi amthumela uNkosi ukuthi amele iGNU iyasebenza. Sibonge speaker.
He's misleading people here. We don't have GNU here.
That report,
I repeat.
Siyabonga kakhulu Baba Mbonambi. Councillor Mieni.
Honorable Somlomo, sibonge mhlamba umuntu akaqala ngokuthi the colleagues, honorable 2 councillors, they have already highlighted some of the issues, which I think it's important that this report is seeking to make it a point that it provides a service of issuing the vehicle license next to the other in Metropolis headquarters, which is going to take place in the Archie Gumede place and also to assist with the renewal of a drive. Somlomo to highlight that as we are part of this council, even other councils who are joining us, they must know that this is a council of progressive people with one vision of a content of giving service delivery, nothing more, nothing less, under the leadership of Unonkos, who's our stewardship as the mayor of this executive council. I thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Councillors, recommendations are on page 10. There are 3. Are all recommendations agreed? City Manager.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Under Direct Exco report, item number 2 is the endorsement of the mid-term review of the top strategic risk profile. Committee recommends.
Thank you, City Manager. Are the recommendations agreed, councillors?
Great.
Thank you. Next item.
Item number 3, Honorable Speaker, request to approve the